Oh, hello everybody and welcome to a yoga session. So today we're going to focus on flexibility strength. So working into the hip area, mainly the lower part of our body. So we're going to start from just rest on your knees in a hero pose. You can rest the palms down on your knees and then just take a moment to just inhale and exhale. And just slowly bring the chin down towards the chest to lengthen the back of your neck. Then just slowly roll the right ear to the right shoulder, lengthen through the left side. Maybe lift the chin a little bit just to get a nice stretch. You can extend the opposite arm to the side, just to get an extra stretch. And then slowly roll the chin back towards the center, come to the opposite side, so left ear towards the left shoulder. You can extend the right arm just to the side. And then slowly release back to the center. Then make your way into a tabletop position. Spread your fingers, place your hands straight down from the shoulders, knees hip apart. And we're going to do a dog tail. So we're going to bring the hips to the right as we look towards the left. So stretching through the side of our body, then opposite way, hips coming to the left, you look to the right. Let's do this one more time. Shift the hips to the right, look to the left, and the opposite way. And return back to the center. Curl your toes under, press the balls of your feet, and then just lift to a downward dog. So keep extending through the spine, lifting the hips, keep the knees bent to start with. Our first downward dog. Now externally rotate your upper arm so the shoulder blades rest on the back of your rib cage, allowing for the head and neck to rest down. And then just slowly make a movement with your knees, walking dog. Gently pressing the heel down towards the mat. Now don't worry if it doesn't get there. And then release it back to your knees. So we're going to focus first on stretching our calf. So if you come down to your knees, now step the right foot just in line with your left knee. So what we're going to try to stretch the calf, so bringing the heel down towards the mat, so minimizing the space. Now if your calves are really tight, then you might find it a bit of a challenge, but you can always just do what feels right. If you have the flexibility, then you can take your leg a little bit further back and then bring the heel down towards the mat. So feel the stretch in your ankle, but this is fine, your foot just in line with your knee. And then just slowly release back to a tabletop, extend that leg back. Stretch, keep the core strong. And then bend your knee. Press the foot towards the sky and rather stay there. Or maybe reach with the opposite hand towards your ankle. Lift the chest. And then slowly release. Back to your knees. Now we're going to do the opposite leg. So step the left foot in line with your right knee and gently easing the heel down towards the mat to stretch the calf. And then slowly walk your hands back again to a tabletop. Extend that leg to stretch. And then bend the knee, press the foot towards the sky, lift the chest, and rather stay there or reach with your opposite hand towards the ankle. And then slowly release. So now we're going to try to downward dog. So take the knees maybe a couple of inches back, curl your toes under, see if you can feel any difference. If you're stretched through the back of your legs, your calves, Make sure your fingers are spread. Extend through the spine, reach with the hips up and stretch the back of your legs. Don't worry if your heels still don't touch towards the mat. Keep your core strong. And then from here, walk your feet towards your hands into a forward bend. Keep your knees as soft as you need to. Inhale to a halfway lift. Place your hands on your on your shins towards the knees. Lift the chest, so nice straight back of your neck, extension of your spine. Inhale and raise your arms to an upward salute. Bring the palms in front of your heart center. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale and raise your arms. Exhale and forward bend. Inhale and step your right leg back as far as you can. Take your left leg back for a high plank, shoulders over wrists. Strong core. Now don't be tempted to lower the hips too low. Just keep the body in straight line from the hips to the crown of your head. Then rather lower down to a half plank and then just come through with your bending your elbows, come to a cobra. You can always do this a little bit challenging, more challenging, where you stay in high plank, then shift the body weight through your toes and then just lower down to a cobra. Extend through the front of your legs, lift the chest. Exhale back down. Curl your toes under and press to a child's pose. And then step your right leg forward. Open through the hips. Make sure your right knee is at 90-degree angle. And then just rest the opposite hand down. Now you can walk your foot slightly out. Press with your hand to open the hip. To rest, so rest with your foot on the outer side of your foot. Pressing gently, your knee out, opening through the hip. Another, stay there, or you can come a little bit lower maybe to your forearm, or you can even bend your knee and stretch your quadricep. So it's up to you. This is if you need an extra stretch. And then slowly release it back. Step your foot on the inside. Extend the leg as you walk your hands back. So half split. You can rest on your heel. Fold from the hips to stretch through the leg, the back of your leg, your hamstring. Keep the chest lifted. And then slowly release. Take your leg back. Curl your toes under and press the hips gently towards the heels. And then step the opposite left foot forward. You can take the knee further back to open through the hip, the right hip flexor. This time make sure your left knee stays at 90-degree angle. Tuck your tailbone under and then rest the opposite hand down. You can walk your foot slightly out. So your hands both inside. Then rest on the outer side of your foot, pressing the knee out for an extra stretch. Rather stay there. Or you can bend your knee and reach towards your foot, or even come down to your forearm. And then slowly release it back. Walk your foot onto inside for a half split. Extend your leg, rest on your heel, stretch through the back of your leg, through your hamstrings. Lift the chest. So just from the hip area, just fold onto your leg. And then slowly release. Take your leg back. Curl the toes under. So we're starting from a tabletop. Spread the fingers, curl the toes under. Press the hips towards the heels. And then lift to a downward dog again. Extend through the spine, through the back of your legs. Now this time you can extend the right leg back with a three-legged dog. You can bend the knee, open through the hip. So we're bringing the foot towards the buttock. And then bring the leg forward. We come into a pigeon pose, so bring the knee forward. So you can rather place the shin parallel towards the mat. Mind you, this is really quite strong for most people. Therefore, we're going to slide our heel towards the left side of our groin, so the hips are square towards the mat, the front of the mat. I'm going to stay in tall pigeon just for a moment, so lift the chest. Make sure your hips are square. Keep extending that leg to bringing the hips down. And then slowly walk your hands forward. You can make fists with your hands and just rest your forehead down in your fist. And then slowly release. Now this time we're going to sit onto the right side. So bringing the right knee a bit more forward and bringing the left knee to join, so your foot rest on your left knee. So we're creating like a triangle. Rest the right hand to the side. We're going to press and lift the hip. Stretch the arm. You can make a circle with your arm to stretch. And then slowly release. Now we're going to come into the opposite side. So come into the tabletop position. Curl our toes under. Lift the hips to a downward dog. Lengthen through the spine, through the back of your legs. And then extend the left leg. Bend the knee, bring the heel towards the buttock. Open the hip. And then slowly bring the knee forward between your hands. Again, we come into a pigeon pose. So rather than just bring the shin parallel towards the mat, which is really too strong, so we're going to slide the foot towards the right hip, towards your right groin, and extend the left right leg all the way as we square our hips towards the mat, to the front of the mat. So we stay in a tall pigeon for a moment. And then we'll walk our hands forward. Maybe rest. Create a fist with your hands and rest your forehead down onto your fist. And then slowly release. Now we're going to sit on the right side. Bring the foot forward and slide the knee forward. Rest the left hand just behind. Make sure you don't create extra tension in your shoulder, so slightly away from your body, and then lift the hips and sweep a big circle. You can make a big circle with your right arm. And then slowly release. Extend your legs. Give them a shake. Raise your arms. You could keep your knees slightly bent so your lower back is flat. Come to a forward bend. So your hands could be anywhere on your shins, don't worry. We're all different. And then slowly we're going to finish this with the bridge pose. So coming onto our back. Keep our feet hip apart. Straight down from our knees, extend our arms along the side, the body. With the next inhalation, just lift the tailbone, lift the hips, press through your feet. Support this posture with your arms extended. Bring the chin slightly towards the chest so you lengthen through the back of your neck. Make sure your feet are not too far away from the body to create pressure on your lower back, or not too close where you're putting pressure on your knees. And then slowly bring the spine down, vertebra by vertebra, down towards the mat. Bring the knees towards the chest. Gently sway from side to side. As you extend your arms away from your body, bring your knees to the right side. Now, if you find this challenging, you can always lower your feet down first before you twist. So relax to the twist. Keep the arms and shoulders down. Look the opposite way. Slowly bring the knees back to the center and then place them the opposite way. Relax your knees, relax the arms and shoulders down as you look to the opposite side. And then slowly ease the knees back to the center, extend your legs all the way back down. Take your feet wider apart than your hips. Settle down onto the mat, take a nice deep breath. And then exhale. You can stay in this posture as long as you need to. And you can start bringing some movement into your feet and your hands, or maybe stretch. And then you can bend your knees towards the chest, just roll onto the right side, and then slowly make your way to a seated posture. Maybe with your legs crossed to an easy pose. Bring the arms in front of your heart center. A prayer pose, lengthen through the spine as you inhale and exhale. Namaste. Hope you enjoy this. Thank you.